Delighted to be here today at Winstanley House as we hold our first regional event for the Invest in Women Task Force. Delighted to be holding the first event here in Leicester, in our city, to talk about the opportunity and the stats and the data around female founders and what we can do to improve female founders getting the funding, the mentoring and the support that they need to scale and grow their business.
I'm really excited about supporting any event that's going to help women really level up and get access to opportunities so they can too be fabulous founders. Because what we've found is that women don't often see the opportunities. When they do apply for grants, they're often very low to succeed, like maybe under 14%, sometimes as low as 4%. And I think sometimes that's about women having belief in themselves, understanding that they can go and apply and expect to raise as much money as men and really go out there and be fabulous founders. So I'm really keen to support women in that opportunity.
One of the key things about improving the numbers, because there's this statistic that's branded around by the British Business Bank, which is 2% of VC money goes to female-backed ventures, is, it sounds simple, but visibility. So, you have to put the people in the room with the money in the room for things to happen, number one. And number two, you can't legislate and force people to do this, but the thing that you can do is to help those female founders improve what they say to potential investors. And I think not enough time is spent on that. And the other bit to improve the statistics is it's by definition is you have to have a greater pool of people and more of that pool of people succeed. And I think one of the challenges that we have in the UK is that historically most of this angel investing and VC investing focuses around the golden triangle. And part of taking this enterprise task force around the country and this Invest in Women program is going to the cities. For example, we're in Leicester today, to places where other people don't go, and so uncover those rough diamonds, those people who are doing something quite remarkable, and then back them at an earlier stage. And I think that will change statistics. It's not going to happen tomorrow morning. People have spoken about this for 20 years, but this particular initiative as a task force has to address that quickly, to take the institutional capital and then go and feed it to the regions.
Events like this are fascinating, critical and massively enjoyable for me, because I really want to see the next generation of businesses coming through and being successful in the UK. I remember when I was much younger, someone took a chance on me and gave me the time and the space to develop myself as a businessman, and I really want to give that opportunity to the next generation, my time and if necessary my money, to really help what is, I think, an exciting generation coming through the ranks. So that's why I'm here. Hopefully I'll get something out of it, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
I think looking back, if I'd have had what I know now in hindsight, then for me it'd be about how to navigate that landscape around investment, all of the different levels around SEIS, EIS, angel investment. I'd have liked to have known a lot more about that. I think that would have been an easier process and less of a rush as well, so I'd have done it slower and understood it better.
So it's really important, first of all to me personally, because I am a woman chief executive and I run a company that's got a turnover of £250 million. So that sense of being a kind of woman dealing with that sort of scale is really important. It's important to me to watch other women come into that. But I think more importantly, all of the research shows that when we have a diverse workforce and diverse entrepreneurs, it's more successful. But there's also certain prejudices. Women are less likely to be able to get the investment they need to start up companies, perhaps less likely to have the networks and connections that they need to make those companies scale up, grow and be successful. And worse than that, I think some of the research that I've read shows that when women run companies and they fail, they usually fail not because of perhaps what they're doing, but because of the sense that people don't believe in the woman's leadership. And I think that means that we've really got to work on our preconceptions, and that's why events like this are brilliant and schemes like this are so brilliant, because they need to overhaul those preconceptions.
The Invest in Women Task Force is so important because we've got a structural issue in this country about getting money through to female founders. It's not just a UK issue, but it's definitely prevalent here, and other countries do it better than us. And so the issue, I think, is that we have too few women making investment decisions. So we haven't got enough women in venture capital investment committees or as angel investors. So 11% of investment committees are women, 14% of angel investors are women. And so because you've not got enough representation of the people who are making the decisions, the money, I think, that's why it's not getting through to female founders or even for mixed teams. So I'll give you 2 stats actually. So one is that the amount of money going in the first half of this year, equity money going into all male businesses has increased from a shocking 81% to an even more shocking 86%. So 86% of all the money deployed has gone to all male teams in the first half of this year, which is awful. And then the other stat I would use is that when a new business goes to pitch for investment at a VC, the likelihood of a all-male team getting through from pitch deck to investment committee to make their case is twice as likely to get through as a female team to get through from pitch deck to investment committee. So that's the structural issue I'm talking about. We need to make sure we've got money going through to... So the Investing Task Force wants to do many things, but one of it is to raise the biggest funding pot in the world for women, £250 million. We're getting lots of financial institutions to put the money in. And that money will go to female investors, and then the female investors will then invest in female and mixed teams. And it's important to do both those things, because if we just put money straight through into the female founders, we're not actually addressing the structural issue that we've got in the UK. We chose Leicester for the first Investing Women Task Force catch-up, get-together, I don't know what we've billed it as, mainly because I've got Poonam, who's in our team, who's absolutely fabulous, and I need that so what we wanted to do is to go regionally, get a really great community pull to make sure we kind of got a really good representation of female founders. And I know that Poonam's excellent at this stuff, so she's got brilliant, 1, community network, and 2, this kind of pizzazz. And you'll see tonight when you see the setup, she's got this little magic that she sprinkles onto these community events. So I think it couldn't have been a better person to choose than Poonam to run the session.